This is Greg Mears with Video 4, how to generate traffic to your attraction marketing funnel. And honestly, once you learn these skills, you could apply them to any type of traffic generation. So if you want to send it to any type of page or any type of website, affiliate offer, product offer, CPA, no matter what. So I think you get the idea. So learning these skills are vital to your online success. And really, if you're combining offline and online, which I highly recommend you do, you really want to, you want to be able to generate a ton of leads and develop them into your warm market. So basically, you're generating leads from a cold market based on what you're doing with your relationship building, your know, like, and trust factor. You are building them into your warm market, and you're more apt to increase your ability to grow your business. So, with all that being said, this is definitely a skill you want to learn how to do. This is probably the toughest skill for me to have learned. I was able to from a technical perspective, be able to do pretty much everything. I'm self-taught. But traffic generation can be frustrating. So hopefully this video helps you. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Okay, so we're on how to generate traffic. As I mentioned, it can be the most frustrating skill to learn, but you need to master it to at least until you get a little bigger and financially stronger, where you could pay people to help you do this. So this is all stuff that I have done for a long time. I do outsource pieces of it now, but I didn't do it in the beginning, and I didn't do it in the middle. I actually got to a point where opportunity cost made more sense for me to get other people to help me. So without further ado, let's get into it. So as always, I like to put together mind maps and diagrams to illustrate what I want to talk about. But let's talk about before you get started. There's really two schools of thought, and deciding what approach that you want to take. The first is free traffic, and the second is paid for traffic. And there's benefits and costs associated with both, and I want to share that with you. So something to think about. So with free traffic, I'm going to slide this over a little bit, so some of the other stuff's going to come out of focus. But with free traffic, free is not always free. There's an opportunity cost associated with it, and you need to understand that. Article marketing and doing different things that link building, all that stuff that you want to do, optimizing your site, takes time, and so when you're on a small scale and you're doing things by yourself, which I would imagine if you're watching this video, that's where you are right now. You may not be, but that's probably where you are. That's where I was a long time. Excuse me. So there's an opportunity cost. So the challenge is how do I get everything done and still get this traffic that I need? So it's very time consuming, and the free traffic prospect from an SEO is really my long-term plan. It's something you need to build into your system. You need to structure things correctly in the beginning, and then you'll see the benefits over time. But that's why I gravitate towards paid for traffic. And you might be saying, well, I can't afford that at this point. I understand. It is costly, but it is consistent and reliable. And since it's so costly, it explains the importance of an effective funnel and putting things together properly. And so hopefully you watch these videos and you feel a lot more comfortable with that information. Some of the things that I've learned, and I couldn't stand it, but I finally said uncle, and I started testing. And because I was paying for traffic, it made sense. So I would test, increase the strength of my funnel and my offers, put together a funded proposal, which I talked about in the previous video, And the funded proposal helped offset my cost, and actually, I'm actually to the point now where I'm making a pretty nice profit from my funded proposals. And you know, one thing that you automatically have to do is you have to list build, and this really applies to both the free and the paid. List building should be something that you do in every aspect. But you know, one of the huge, I guess, turning points for me is to start split testing, and I have an article on my blog, gregmears.com, that explains what, why, when, and how. And I think you'll do. I'll put the link. I'll put the link below so you can have access to it. So let's talk about the long-term plan, the free traffic. So we want to talk about free traffic and how it's a long-term plan. Let's talk about on-site optimization. So keyword identification is critical. And one of the tools that I use is the Google AdWords keyword tool, and I'm going to go through these real quick, and then I'm going to go show you examples. But so I use the Google keyword, and I look for low competition, and I'll come up with 5 to 10 keywords that are will have low competition, but decent amount of search volume monthly. And both from a global perspective and from a local perspective. And then I use SEO Presser, which is a plugin for WordPress. That you basically what you do is if you're putting together a page or a post on your site, you're developing some content. You could put in a keyword that you want to target, and it'll automatically score it for you and tell you what you're missing and what you need to add to make it rank higher against your competition. To me, that's that's just tremendously amazing, and I'm going to show you an example of that. And then there's all-in-one SEO plugin, which is free. But if you use the WordPress, the Internet Marketing and WordPress theme that I have referenced on several occasions, and you can find the link below here, you'll understand that it's already built in, so it's not another plugin you need to add. And I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday that he just picked up the WordPress thing that I referenced a week or two ago, and I was explaining to him that the more plugins that you have loaded into your system, which increases functionality, obviously, and makes your WordPress blog really work the way you want it to work, the slower it gets. So the more you add, the slower it gets, and sometimes there's conflict with code, and you just have some challenges. So that's one thing I like about the theme that I keep speaking so highly about, is that you don't have to add all these additional plugins. So what the all-in-one SEO plugin does, it's built into the theme already. But if you're not going to use that theme, I would definitely install that plugin. So let's go. Let's jump over to my browser, and I'm going to show you the keyword identification, the SEO Presser, and the all-in-one SEO. So let's just sit tight. I'm going to jump over and move over to my browser. So here I am. I'm typing in keyword tool, and that's all you pretty much have to do. Type that in in search in Google, and you can find it right here. And as it loads, I have an account there, so you can sign in. But let's talk about network marketing. So I'll type that keyword in right here. Go ahead, and if you actually sign in, you don't have to do this. And if you sign in, it brings back more than 100 keyword searches. So you'll get more information. All right, so now it's searching. Okay, so here's the keywords that I talked about. Network marketing. The competition is medium. 368,000 global searches and 135 local. So here's all related keywords down this column, and here's the competition, and here's the searches that I talked about, the global and the local. So I would sort this by low, as such. And then I'll go through here and look at some of these keywords, like magnetic sponsoring gets 8,100 searches per month, and it has low competition. That might be a keyword that I go after. MLM success, same thing. Low competition, 8,100 searches and 4,400 local. That might be a keyword that I go after. So you get the point. It's pretty easy to use, but that's something that, I mean, it's really that easy to look it up. Now let's go look at SEO Presser. I ahead and logged into one of my funnels called officialmlmtools.com, and I'm the keyword I'm going after is network marketing business, and you can see over here what score I have currently for this page that I'm putting together. This happens to be a page, and I'm putting together information. But here's where I entered the keyword that I want to go after. Okay, so I enter that here, and I start putting content in. You know, I'll put that keyword in the title. You know, maybe get a little bit more creative and add more of a full title, but it's a page. It's not necessarily a post. And then I'll go ahead and build my content, and then when I update it, it will score it for me. Like, for instance, I have an 81.11% score. My keyword density is 2.75. And this sounds all Greek to you. The manual shows you how to use everything, but it tells you what you've got and what you still need to do. And the beautiful thing about this is based on time-tested SEO tactics, on-page optimization tactics, and it tells you, like for instance, if you go after the same keyword as me and you don't use SEO Presser, you're probably not going to get an 81. You're probably going to be somewhere in the 50s, maybe 60s. I'm going to outrank you, assuming that I do a few other things. But I'm probably going to outrank you and get more traffic than you. So this tool is pretty handy. So there's two areas I could really get better at, and that's changing the H1 tag and adding a no follow. And like I said, the manual shows you how to do that. But SEO Presser is a pretty amazing little tool. So I recommend that you seriously think about getting it. There is a link to take you to it. So take you to the page and watch the video and learn more about it and see if it's something that you're interested in. So let's just go to one more, and I'll show you. Actually, you know what? This theme has one of the SEO. Well, let me. You know what? I actually have it installed. I think I have it installed on this page. Let's take a look. Well, here. So, okay, we talked about all-in-one SEO. Excuse me. Excuse me. But right here, the PT SEO custom fields, you can put the name, the title, and the keyword that you're going after, and it will do the same thing that all-in-one SEO tool will do for you. But if you're not going to get this theme and you want to get the all-in-one SEO, just type it in. And you get it for free. You just go here, download version, shows you how to install it, real simple, frequently asked questions, but it acts very much similar to what I just showed you with the theme. But it is an additional plugin you have to add. Let's put it this way. If you get the theme, you don't need to get the all-in-one SEO. But if you don't use that theme, you need to get the all-in-one SEO plugin. As simple as that. So let's go back to the mind map. I'm getting way detailed, and hopefully I'm not boring you. But let's get into off-site optimization for free traffic. Lots of things to do. Video creation, which is something you should be doing anyway. Press releases, article marketing, forum commenting, link bait, guest blog posts, blog commenting, RSS feeds, and social media. Now, there's some tools that I use that aren't free that help me disseminate all my content to all these different particular solutions. And let me share that information with you. So, like I mentioned, let's expand this out a little bit. Hang on. Like I mentioned, using a proper SEO theme, the Internet Marketing WordPress theme, this will help you better disseminate your data. It helps with the RSS feeds, it helps with the social media. It's pretty impactful. And of course, there's other plugins too that you can certainly install into your WordPress theme to help you with some aspects. Some of the aspects, though, to be honest with you, you're gonna have to roll up your sleeves and for instance, article marketing. You're gonna have to write those articles. You're gonna have to get them posted. I use a system called SEO Nuke to help me pretty much do all this. There's I'll show you the website to SEO Nuke, but you can see it pretty much does everything, but it does not do the guest blog post, but it does everything else. Once I set it up and get it running, it automates the entire process, which just saves me a ton of time. It's not cheap though. SEO Nuke, the version I have costs me, I think, around $127 a month. But from a time cost perspective, it's worth the money. Another recent discovery is TribePro, and it works in conjunction with OnlyWire, and it's amazing the amount of shares it gets through the social media. Which, and if you've paid attention to anything that's going on from a Google, a Bing, a Yahoo, Microsoft, all that stuff, they are they're incorporating the social aspect into Google into SEO optimization. So it's important to do. But let me go over and show you a quick example of TribePro. So let's jump back over to my browser. So I'm going to bring up TribePro, log in, and show you my account. But if you actually want to see about, there's a link on my page on how to get here. But you could certainly find out more details about the system. But let's log in, and I'll just show you what is going on. Oops. And what's cool about TribePro is you can join multiple different tribes and cross reference all your content. And once you auto syndicate others, they auto syndicate you back. And I'll show you what I mean. So up here is where you set everything up. These are the tribes that I'm in. But you set up all the different. You're basically right here is where you set everything up. But once you set it up, it probably takes you about 10-15 minutes to set up. Once you set it up, you're good to go. And then I just join tribes and then add different pieces of content. I don't overlap. I don't add the same content. For instance, one of these I might have my YouTube channel. So every time I upload a video, it automatically gets auto syndicated to that tribe, and actually anybody that's syndicating me will share that, and I'll show you the power of that here in a minute. In fact, let's just go to one of the systems that one of the tribes that I'm in. I'm gonna have to log into that one as well, but it's worth it. But I mean, look at this. This person is getting 4,615 shares across multiple different social media, social bookmarking sites. How can you just imagine the power? The power of the links that are coming back, the traffic that's coming back. And like I said, once you set it up, and it's on autopilot, it's easy. You just then you just focus on adding content, which you're going to do anyway, and it automatically gets you those links, gets you those bookmarks from a ton of different people. So let me show you my content. And I've only been in TribePro for like a month or so. And so I'm nowhere near where this guy is, or any of these folks. But, you know, I can't complain. I'm doing pretty good. Let me show you my content and some of the shares that I've got recently. Okay, here we go. My content. So these are people that just posted a little while ago, and it's going through the process. And you know, if I come back in a couple hours, it's going to have a whole lot more shares. But look at this traffic generation that you can start today. So this is my content. But look at the shares that I have. I got 1,280 shares across multiple different people and multiple different bookmarking sites and social media. You know, out of that 1,200 plus shares are a lot of Facebook likes, or retweets, or tweets, are bookmarks in the Delicious and a variety of different high traffic sites. So this is really amazing, and so I didn't have to add this stuff. Once I set it up, which they have a very easy to follow tutorial how to do that. Like I said, it takes 10 to 15 minutes to get set up. Once you set it up, then all you do is do what you're supposed to do when you're building attraction marketing systems. You basically add content, and it automatically gets disseminated. And the amount of traffic I'm getting is quite amazing. So, you know, I signed up for this for my free account, and I quickly upgraded within the same day once I understood and realized the power of this. And I don't think it's that much, and I think they have a trial offer or something anyway. But you need to check it out. The link is below this video. But if you're serious about getting started in business, this is definitely falls on the category of working smart, not hard. So let's go back to the mind map, and I'll show you some more information. So I just showed you TribePro. I haven't showed you SE Nuke yet. Let me see. Let me take a look at. Well, let's take a look at that. Let's go to the page there. Well, let me do a search here because I don't know what the true URL is offhand. All right, SE Nuke X, which is the latest upgrade they came out with. But there's all kinds of support information for this. But I think they have a $1 trial. I'm not sure. You might want to check into that, and you can kind of get a test shot for what you want to do. But you can watch the video. It's really high-end stealth content dissemination across the internet. And it's time consuming. The downside to it is, I use a Mac, but I have a MacBook Pro, and so I have Windows on my machine too. This is a Windows software. I really hope they come out with a online version or a SaaS version of this, or maybe even put it in Adobe Air. But this is what it is right now. And so what I do is I just go in and open up my Windows. I can dual boot on my Mac. So something to think about. It may not be right for you, but if this is something that you're interested, once you start playing in the big leagues, this might be month 1 or month 2 integration process once you start rolling out and getting other things taking hold. Because really the time cost benefit, $127 may seem like a lot at this point now for you, but a month, but it's not for me now because the benefits and the time that it saves me to move on and do other things. In fact, I think you get 3 copies of it, and I've actually given it to my outsourcer, and they do it So anyway, that's that. Let's go back to the mind map. Okay, I apologize because I'm probably way over getting detail and hopefully I'm not confusing you. But I want to go over to paid traffic. And I've always been a huge proponent of free traffic and focusing on doing things free. Well, I've kind of come to the conclusion that I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait till I got good rankings from an SEO perspective. And you really can't wait when it comes down to trying to achieve your goals, and and it really doesn't work trying to test your funnel or your offers with free traffic. It just takes too long. And you might say, well, but I don't have the money. You know what? That's okay. I've lost my shirt before with Google AdWords, and I've done some really stupid things where I was making some money, but I might have been making $10,000 at one point, but it was costing me $15,000. When I first started out, it would cost me $500, and I might make $200, $250. So those numbers just don't work long term. And I didn't have a good handle on email marketing, and so I really didn't look at the long term customer value. And I might have recouped that money over time, but it didn't work. What I finally did is my first, and this is what I recommend to you, is Facebook ads. Start out small. Start with a small budget. Start with like $10 a day budget limit, so you don't spend over. And you might say, well, I'll put $25 or $50 in, and then I'll just come back and monitor it. That's take a recommendation from me. That's all fine and good, but what happens is life happens, and you get caught up in other things, and you'll forget, or you won't look at it for a couple of days. The next thing you know, you spend $100, and you really should have changed your ad or tweaked your offer. So, but I'm going to go into an action plan that things that you need to do on day 1, week 2, week 4, and month 2, and I think you'll get a pretty good idea of what you need to do now, what you need to do tomorrow, and so forth. So, but let's talk about the paid traffic. Paid traffic. So, paid traffic to me is really short and long term part of your business process. The free traffic piece is things that you have to do anyway when you properly set up your WordPress blog or your offers, or even your HTML type offers. But as I said, I recommend you use WordPress just because it's just so much simpler. But so free traffic is long term. Set it up front in the beginning. Roll out some automated processes so it builds up those links over time, and then that's great. So things are going to be great for you in 3 or 4 months, right? With the long term plan, 3 to 4 months, you'll start seeing some processes. Maybe you'll start seeing some increased traffic within a month. But really, this is, like I said, that's the long term thought process. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but paid traffic is something that you need to do and starting right away. So, it's a short and long-term plan. It provides scalability. I don't even know if I spelled that right, but scalability, which means you can always increase the amount of traffic that you have coming to your offers. Once you test and tweak everything and find out, my conversion rate's where it needs to be. My funded proposal's in place. I got everything in place that I need. I'm gonna go from 100 clicks to 500 clicks a day, and with paid traffic you can do that, and with paid traffic you can turn it on and off. So let's talk about the methods. So there's pay-per-click, pay-per-view. There's Facebook. And Facebook's really part of pay-per-click, but I put it separately because it's something that I believe that it's worthwhile you start right away. There's solo ads, there's banner ads, there's e-sign ads, and there's a variety of other stuff that I don't want to get in and complicate things too much. But as you can see, there's quite a few things you can do. But I would start with Facebook, and then maybe incorporate some solo ads. And with solo ads, your ultimate goal is to try to get clicks, not to build a relationship. You build a relationship once they're on your list. But with a solo ad, the emails need to be short, with a clear directive of what they need to do to take action. And so your goal is to get that click and get them on your list as quickly as possible and get them in your funnel. So let's talk about the action steps, things that you need to do. So day one, the keyword research is what I showed you. Come up with 5 to 10 keywords that you want to focus on for your branding, for your entire site, and then you focus on 1 to 3 with each post or page. The SEO WordPress theme that I talked about, you really need to find a search engine optimized WordPress theme, and I've given you a tremendous resource with the Internet Marketing WordPress theme, and the link again is below. Go watch the video and see the power of that video. And the reason why I'm stressing it like in every video that I'm talking about is because it is so powerful. And I'm not finding a ton of people using it, which I don't understand why. Because I've had tremendous results with it. Most people are using another one called Optimized Press, which is good too. But as I mentioned before, the blogging features are not as powerful as the Internet Marketing WordPress theme. So I would save yourself some time, frustration, and headache. And if you end up getting that, I have some help videos that I will definitely share with you, and I'll send those to you. That will make your life a lot easier. SEO Presser, make sure you add that. Make sure you add all of the plugins that we've talked about in previous videos. And then, of course, start adding your content. Start building the pages. Make sure you build your About Me page. Make sure you talk about your primary offer and other related pages related around your 5 to 10 keywords. And if you do that, then you're going to be set. But that's what you need to do for day one. That's going to take you, and I call it day one, but it's going to take you several days to get that together. So let's talk about week 2. Week 2, I would incorporate TribePro, and once you do that, you'll sign up for OnlyWire. OnlyWire you can get for a free account, but then you probably need to upgrade. It's not that much, but with this and this, it's a 1-2 punch. Add your content, and once you get it, once you go watch TribePro's video on that page, and I gotta be honest with you. If you end up, the links that I have below are affiliate links. But one of the key things that I've stressed before is I don't recommend anything that I don't use, and I don't think that's awesome. So, but it provides me paid incentive for recommending it. But I don't recommend, like I said, I don't recommend anything that doesn't work and that I don't use personally. And the benefit with getting a small compensation piece for that is it makes it worth my while to share more details with you about how I'm using it. And so you'll get insight from me if you purchase any of these links, through any of these products or tools, resources from my pages. I definitely will share with you everything that I'm doing. I have a lot of information that I only really share with my downline and my team. But if you end up purchasing through one of my links, then it makes sense for me, because I'm not scarcity minded. I really want people to be successful, and I want to reward people for taking action. So hope that makes sense. And again, continue to add content. The more content you add, the more pings, the more your content gets spread across the internet, and the more chance you have to get pick up readership and people coming to your blog. And if you have it monetized right, with which I showed you in the videos, you're going to do fine. Continue to make some videos, and you're like, well, I'm not an expert in anything. I don't have anything to add. It doesn't matter, because just by watching these videos and I could tell if you've spent this time watching these videos, you know a lot more than a lot of people. So you have a lot to share. And if you just set up a camera or hold your iPhone out and talk into it and discussing the successes, the challenges, the different things that you're doing online, people will find value from that, and you'll increase your readership. And continue your traffic education. There's some tools that I've listed below. I've actually have a box down there under action steps that have all the links, but there's also some really good educational tools that I recommend. I highly recommend that you get and learn. Like you'll save a lot of money. You might say, "Well, this is a $97 product. Oh, I can't believe it. It's too much." If you're serious about business, you'll figure out a way to get that. And that's basically when I first started. I didn't have two nickels to rub together. But when times was right, I would go ahead and increase my learning and capacity to learn new things and use those and take action with those things that I learned. And so, like a product, for instance, on how to do pay-per-click Facebook ads will save you tons of money by showing you how to do it, how to increase your conversion rates, and how to save money. So that's week 2. Week 4, if you're in a position where you can do it, I would get a system like SE Duke, and learn how to use it. Set up a couple campaigns. I think they have a $1 trial. I'm not sure. You're gonna have to check that out. But I would take advantage of that $1 trial, give it a shot, and see what happens. Continue on with your content. Content's king. It's going to be involved in everything you do. Continue with your traffic education and test your Facebook ads. So that's week 4. Now, some of you might be overachievers and might move this stuff to week number 2. That's fine. I'm trying to give you a realistic rollout. And quite frankly, if you wanted to crank out everything starting on day 1, have at it. You're gonna the faster you do things, money likes speed. So the faster you can do things, the quicker you're gonna get to making the money that you want or need, or at least working towards your lifestyle. So let's talk about month number 2. So I would run some other PPC, and if you stay on my list, I'm going to share some additional. I guess I should have led with that, but if you stay on this list that you're on, I try to provide a lot of value. So I'm going to share a lot of techniques, a lot of tactics, a lot of sites that I'm using to help drive traffic, to help get free traffic, and do a variety of different things. So it's worth to stay on it because I provide value, and I have a lot of pre-recorded webinars that I'll share with you that I think you'll find a lot of value from. So continue on with the content and continue on with your education. Once you start seeing things gel and start working, then you just ramp up. You run more ads from more different pay-per-clicks, solo ads. You might be thinking, okay, I don't know how I'm going to do that. But when you're at month 2 and you've done the previous action steps, it's all going to come into play and make sense to you. For instance, when people always, because they talk about when you're building a funnel, that you should have a front-end product, which is your funded proposal. Then you should have a back-end product. Some people just go with the primary MLM business, the network marketing business. Other folks have additional back-end offers. And you might be thinking, well, I don't know what to develop for a back-end offer. And I was to be honest with you, I was at the same point that you were. But what happens is, as you get more experience and you start getting more into it, in month 2 and month 3, the ideas for your back ends are going to pop out. In fact, you're going to have more ideas than you have time to put them together. So don't worry about that. Everything comes when you're ready. So hopefully that provided you some good detail with what's going on with how to generate traffic. I provided a lot of insight into what I'm doing. and things that are working for me and systems that I'm using that are very successful for me. So I urge you to check them out. And I want to make this video as short as possible. I know it's been a long video, so if you're still on this video, that tells me that you have a desire and that you're going to get closer to, and you have a better chance of becoming successful, and you will become successful. I have the video 5 is tomorrow, and that's the last video, the official video in this series. But like I said, if you stay on this list, I'm going to provide you with a lot more details. So just sit back and enjoy it. Now, on video 5, I'm going to share with you a technique that some people are using. Well, actually, very few people are using. But there's some select group that's using it, and they're having some amazing success with their network marketing business. And I'm going to share with you that tactic and methodology and thought process. And the video, it's a pretty simple process. So it's not going to be a long video. It'll probably be well, I don't even want to guess, but it's not long. However, it's very impactful, and sometimes simple is good. And if you incorporate into your network marketing business, or even into anything that you do online and offline, you will be, I don't even want to guarantee success, because I really don't know what you're capable of and how much. But if you take action, you will be successful. That's just the way it is with this technique. So hopefully you stick around and look for that video, for the email for the next video that's going to be released tomorrow. And thanks again. Talk to you soon. Bye.